So you say.
So you say.
That I know. That I know. So
So
you say. So you say.
That I know.
That I know. That's like true improv class.
It is.
That's yes and.
These ladies, what can't they do?
How are you?
You know, I'm good.
Yeah. Overcoming a cold.
I'm hanging in there with this weird little summer cold
Sounds a little weird.
Is like, it's light on the symptoms, but heavy on the brain fog, which I don't love.
It's not COVID.
No, I've taken 2 at-home tests. Yeah. And they were both positive. They were both negative.
I mean, I would honestly be like, okay, whatever.
No, I mean, it ain't coves, but.
Just a little New England summer cold.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I know. And I woke up in the middle of the night with like a raging headache.
Oh, shit.
And then I was like, ugh.
That's
and
annoying.
I just like laid in bed, like so still. And I used that I did use the Theragun face thing
really?
And just like on my pressure points. And that actually did help,
Did it?
Relax. I will say the Theraface.
From the guy that we met with at.
Yeah. And it's a nice facial massage thing. Like gets in on like your jaw muscle or like your temple.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have like chills thinking about it.
Ooh, I'm going to get it.
It's nice. I don't know if I love it for like other stuff. I'm still on the fence. I'm still like, maybe I return it.
Let us know.
But I'll let you know.
Yeah, summer colds are, I mean, this is a very like, how's the weather kind of conversation, but summer colds are awful.
Just don't like feeling like not a hundo.
I don't like feeling hot, wet, and like sick. You know what I mean? It's like the damp, I can deal with it because it's like, then you get to be warm and cozy. But when you're sick and you have to be in the air conditioning, it's like, it feels wrong.
It's hard. Also, it's like, there just hasn't been a lot of time. Like I didn't have a day of just like recalibrating. It was like I got back and then immediately started doing all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And normally that would be pretty fine. But when you just like, your brain is like not catching up, I'm just like, oh my God. Like I start like my bedtime routine at like 7:30.
Yeah, I start winding down spiritually when the sun goes down.
I know. And I haven't gotten to watch any of just like my pleasure shows. I started watching The Bachelorette.
You did?
Yeah, because friend of the pod, Sierra, and I watched last season's finale, and I hadn't watched it, but I got sucked in. And then instead of having one Bachelorette this season, they have a pair of friends, like the 2 girls that were like rejected at the end of last season. They've paired them up. So it's for the first time ever 2 Bachelorettes.
Are they like competing with each other?
We'll see. It's never been done before. They like to remind you this has never been done in all of the Bachelorette history.
I had a period where I was really into Bachelor in Paradise, but I've never really been a part of Bachelor Nation.
Once I see one thing, then I'm like, I have to now be in it. But I can also totally resist it, but I can't even see one thing because if I see one thing, I'll get sucked in. So after seeing last season and then them both being announced, I was like, there's no question in my mind. I will be watching the entire season of this show.
The only time I've been truly invested was when that guy, Zach from my town, won The Bachelorette with Tayshia.
I have no idea those people.
She was The Bachelorette like 2 seasons ago and they won.
I love that.
Zach.
A Clark. Philly boy?
Haddonfield.
Wow.
He won. And I remember hearing about him growing up. He was like the coolest. He was like one of the cool kids. He was a little older than my sister. And his sister was in a grade above mine. And I had like interactions with her. But he won The Bachelorette with Tayshia, who's like so gorgeous. And he's fucking hot. And he's sober. And runs a recovery franchise.
Cool.
But they broke up.
I
was invested because I was like, oh my God. My mom had him as a substitute teacher.
One of the first on one of like the first Bachelor or Bachelorette seasons, there was a guy from Oklahoma who got really far.
Really?
Yeah. Can't remember his name or anything. I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm Bachelor Nation at all, but I would say that I'm like very into it. When I get sucked in, I'm incredibly invested.
I was like into Zach and Tayshia, and then like their whole relationship was like running together, like because they're like marathon
They're
training.
joggers.
And then I was like, I have to check out.
No.
Because I don't, couples that like are running together like that and making it their whole, it just kind of freaks me out.
Can you do something else?
Sorry, Zach, support you from Haddonfield. Your recovery and wish you well.
Haddonfield Pride.
But,
what was weird though, I watched like the first 20 minutes or so of this week's episode, and the girls, like, the first episode was the girls just like constantly screaming and wooing because they're just like so excited to be the Bachelorettes, and they're like, "Ah!" and like they're screaming all the time. They didn't have a rose ceremony. They like got they also, I loved that everyone thinks that they're so crazy on The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but they're the least crazy people ever. But they are constantly in a place of Brie Larson. So who says food can't be fun? I'm so crazy. So they're constantly like, this is so crazy. And it's like very normal. But they canceled the rose ceremony, which was so crazy. They still did eliminate like 3 idiots. And then they're just like in their little mansion, like talking about how crazy it was they canceled the rose ceremony, but they really like want to find a way to like get to know the guys, but they want to do something else that's like so crazy. So they have the guys wear Speedos, and they have to do like a talent show in Speedos for the 2 girls, and everyone's reeling at how fucking crazy it is.
because it's kind of gay.
But do you know what's actually so crazy is that I don't think you're allowed to show Speedo bulge on network television.
Really? Was it all censored?
It's fully black squares over the bulge. Isn't that insane?
That's homophobia.
That's something Puritan. Like, that's
people
weird.
Hate cock. People are afraid of cock.
You like, they can't. It's not like their dicks are out.
No, but people like dick stuff gets censored so much on like.
But like
you
right
can have
now,
you can have like full tits out on these shows, and basically, and like.
I think you can say things. I feel like someone said like pussy or asshole or something, and it wasn't bleeped. And I found myself, because I haven't watched a network show, and I was like, oh my God, you can say that now? That's so crazy. And then this was like every single, even if it was like, I'm like, you can't just show a bulge. It was bizarre.
Well, I think a lot of people watching are like kind of religious. Like Christian people out in like the Midwest are watching this show.
But like everyone,
I know, but people are weird about like.
It's real. It was a bizarre American moment where I was like, America's ideas about sex and sexuality are
insane.
So bonkers to me.
Speaking of That's So Crazy, the new season of Below Deck Med that I'm watching as it's happening, which is like the first time it's ever happened to me. Oh, by the way, I watched one episode of the sailing yacht thing, and it's a flop. So I'm glad we didn't go on, because it looks.
But we would have made it good. Anyways,
the new season, they're all kind of messy, and there's this all the blows, and there's this guy who's from America, and he's one of the deckhands, and he's like, kind of like a bro, and. When he describes himself, he's like, I used to be in commodities training, and then I just left it all, sold all my belongings, and went overseas and started living out of a van. And he's like, and now I paint my toenails and I have my hair grow. He goes, I know, it's kind of wild.
He's so crazy.
And he has like and everyone keeps going, oh my God, your toenails are like purple. That's so crazy. He's like 6'4". He's literally he's like a fucking bro. And
is he hot?
Yeah, he's hot, but he's like.
When hot guys do one thing that's like so crazy, people go, you're so crazy.
But they all keep
like Harry Styles wearing like a crochet hat. People are like, he's so crazy.
They're like, Harry Styles is rejecting the binaries, and I'm just like, what?
The media goes, he is so crazy.
But this guy is literally like, my toenails are purple, and everyone on the boat goes, "Oh my god, your toenails are purple! That's so funny!"
Is Aisha on there?
No,
Damn.
but like all these girls from like Liverpool are there. But like this,
Love.
but he's like, he literally goes, "I know, I'm kind of a wild card."
I love that.
I was like,
we have to channel
that.
We have to channel that.
That is like the confidence to say, like, to truly, like, it's like
to live your crazy truth.
It's astounding to me, and they get lauded. They get gifted in like gold, and like, let us adorn them with gifts. And I just love that, like, straight guys can literally go like, have their hair in a little ponytail and like painted toenails, and
that's them being so crazy,
and they get praise.
But reality TV is like,
no, but that's in real life too.
Yeah.
A straight guy will do one thing that's a little femme, and everyone's like,
a straight guy like puts his kid to bed. He's like, I'll put him to sleep tonight, and people are like,
people are like, who says a girl dad can't cook? You know?
Yeah, people really jizz
wild.
over that.
Anyway,
the bar is low. The bar is in hell.
Do you know where the bar is in heaven? The Berkshires.
Great Barrington.
Great Barrington. I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy Unique Podcast. Berkshires Revisited.
I have gotten some people, and I need to address this.
Say it.
Some people have said that I look like Marco, and I want to say no.
You have similar coloring.
Right.
Like, you also
hair.
have dark hair.
And eyes.
You have dark hair and dark eyebrows.
And
that's about as far.
Gay.
And that's about as far as I would go.
I need people to...
Is Marco gay?
I think he is.
I need more eyes on Marco.
But I just need... I know it's meant as a compliment, but I need that.
It literally is like, you're gay and he's gay, so you guys are the same.
And you have brown hair.
And it's crazy.
I just need that to stop, because no.
I don't think it's a bad thing. Marco's hot.
Well, yeah, he's okay.
You don't accept it.
I don't accept it.
Don't ever say that to Carey ever again.
Carey.
Tell Carey he looks like Marco.
I think you might like my friend. I think I'm going to set you up with this guy. He
looks exactly like you.
Also gay.
He's Marco. I want more bystanders weighing in on Ultimate Girls Trip. Like, I like what they do with Marco, where he's like,
yeah,
things have been crazy.
He's like, I don't know, man. Look at the footage, man. Look at the footage. That's when I was like, yeah, you're gay.
I was excited by that. I was like, I want just like random dudes' takes on these women.
I want Len, Dorinda's housekeeper, to weigh in on the woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, she can't say anything for fear of retribution.
I also want Danielle Staub to go on a girls' trip.
Oh my!
Why isn't she on this?
Do you think Andy Cohen hates her?
Probably. I mean, she said that Andy, like,
she has not been kind. She's actually been so crazy to Andy.
She says Andy like has sex every night, like at his house, or like is always bringing
Yeah, I think he's very like upfront about that.
I know, but she spun it like as a father.
She says he's a sex pest.
Yeah.
But I need Danielle and Kelly Ben-Simone. I need like the ultimate, most chaotic girls trip of all time. And what would that be? That would be Danielle.
Gretchen
from...
Speaking of pioneer of Facetune, QAnon Gretchen. Danielle.
Kelly, Killer and Ben-Simone.
Yeah, Kelly, Danielle, Gretchen. I think Amber Marchese from New Jersey, who's like a homophobic queen. I think
Leanne Locken.
I think Kim Zolciak.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
we need Carlton.
And maybe it could just be called Chaos Queens. And maybe Marlo.
Which one was Marlo?
from Atlanta.
I don't remember her.
Marlo, she's on it now, but like she's like a full-time housewife now, but she's chaos and I love it.
Okay, I love
she's
that.
Wild.
Atlanta's next on my list to watch.
But that would be Leanne, Danielle, and Kelly Ben-Simone in the same house would.
Danielle has to be on a girls trip.
Yeah.
She's legacy level. Also, someone fucking told me the worst news of all time, which is
fucking told me
Jill Zarin is going to be on Housewives Roni Legacy.
Well, I figured that because there was a photo of her and Bethany on a private plane together.
I have to say, I fucking hate Jill Zarin so much.
All right, but seeing her with Bethany again will
no,
give me shivers.
I do not like her. She grates on me so badly, and I'm taken back to a place of yesteryear where I'm realizing like I have buried, like it's bubbling up this like hate. I've always been a Jill Zarin hater, and I feel this like rage, like disgust, like bubbling up, and I'm like, what is this? Why do I care? And it's like a deep, deep hate that's ignited from below. That's been like under layers of rock, but the tectonic plates of my soul are shifting, and I'm like, I can't take her. Like, you know, some people just like bug the shit out of you. Mm-hmm. She bugs the shit out of me.
Wait, I just thought of another chaos housewife. Michaela Salahi from Real Housewives of DC, who's now married to the Journey frontman.
Yes. Also, we need Alex McCord.
Poor Alex. She's over getting her. She's a barrister now.
They should do a girls trip to like Melbourne.
Byron Bay.
Or
that beach, Bondi Beach.
And then they should have Alex McCord.
Oh my God.
They need to just have like crazy people that were like
this episode's called You're So Crazy.
You're so crazy. They need to there needs to be no rules. Like, I think the important thing is anyone could potentially be thrown into the mix, and that's kind of the joy of this show. Like, Taylor Armstrong was a true out of nowhere queen who's served.
Well, so Dorinda.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, thank you.
She's like, I never get hungover, but this morning I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you had 8 martinis.
You couldn't even see straight.
You were the drunkest I've ever seen anyone on TV, I think, other than Tiffany from Rock of Love.
Dorinda is literally, don't threaten me with a good time.
I thought that's.
I better have a fucking
salty. I got eliminated for being a fucking salty. Dorinda's like, we flash back to her last night. This is ridiculousness. I'm like, I can feel the fragility. Like, Dorinda now is me slurping Panera soup strung out.
Oh yeah, she's in a broccoli cheddar zone. She's a broccoli cheddar and a bread bowl vibe, and I'm my secondhand cringe for her situation just because I've been there so many times where you're like
decrepit,
so embarrassed about how fucked up you were the night before, and you're like, how can I do damage control about this? But you also can't do damage control.
No.
And the universe has humbled you, and you're a shell of a woman as a result.
Until like that night when you drink again.
Yeah, or until like 48 hours later when you like have wine at dinner and get like a little buzz and you're like, it's fine.
And then you're like, let's do coke.
Yeah.
Dorinda's throwing a Christmas in September night, which is cute and a little unhinged.
I am shaken by.
Well, she's like, you can't leave Bluestone Manor without doing Christmas with Dorinda Medley. She's reverting to referring to herself in a detached state, and I need it to like. That's when you know things are really.
She's gone off the rails.
Entering the upper and by upper I mean lower echelons of alcoholism.
Brandy is not ready to let the statements from the previous night go, and she's resolved to like have a conversation with Dorinda, and she's not gonna let Dorinda off the hook easily.
But also, I'm like, Brandy, maybe you should also be atoning for throwing a woman's late husband's suicide in her face.
Here's what I have to say about that is that someone on Patreon commented, like, they were like, don't you think, they were like playing devil's advocate, which I love, obviously. Yeah. And they were like, Brandy, I think, was saying, I mean, she's very inarticulate and like cannot get a point across without sounding horrible. And like she's insulting your very essence. But I think what she was maybe trying to say, and that's what this person was arguing, is that like, she's like, how can you consider the first season of your show being a successful season when the result of it was that your husband committed suicide, which is kind of a salient point. Like, if you're having like,
it's a tough thing. It's a tough truth. And I think that it came out in a really undignified way and very like schlocky. And Taylor already has something against her. So if you bring that in, added to the animosity she already has against you, it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
Brandy's not doing herself any favors. I think she should have been a little more sober to make that point.
Well, there's also moments that you see her like, and we'll get to it, like in the car. The moment when she was in the car with Dorinda and it flashed back, like, and she was like, I know what you're doing. You're in denial. You're drinking too much. You're put on pause, but like if you keep acting the way you're acting, you're going to be on pause forever because I did that and no one wants to watch you. And I was like, she's not wrong.
No, she's not wrong.
And that's like actually really good advice and very true.
And humble advice. She's like, she's like,
I did that. I've been where you are. And I was like, okay, Brandy gets it.
Brandy gets that she fucked herself up.
But she also like gets how this shit works. Like she's a fan of, she's like a watcher and a fan. And I just like love that.
Well, that's why I like her. She's sort of an outsider view looking in.
Yeah.
Because she'll reference, she'll be like, well, in season 5, like, I'm like, damn.
She's a true head. We should get her on the pod. I'm scared. Which one of us will she fuck?
You.
She'll rip your shirt off and she and I will do serpent tongue kiss. It'll be like the most chaotic podcast episode. We all like have.
I'll be like Marco.
You'll be like Marco. She'll rip your shirt off and bite off one of your nipples, spit it into my mouth. It's all filmed. Put on TikTok.
The most somehow the most depraved and also sexless threesome to ever happen. Where there's zero chemistry. But we're going there.
We're going there.
I was truly gagging at Brandy drinking a Diet Coke at breakfast.
At 8 a.m.
Oof.
A Diet Coke pre 11 a.m.
I had one today.
It's godless behavior.
That's the devil. I had finished one that was in my fridge. Like a bottle. From yesterday. I had a bottle.
You said 5 things to me that I'm like,
I didn't finish my bottle of Diet Coke.
Staunchly against.
And there was a little bit
Diet
left.
Coke in bottles of hell. Cans only. Fountain first, can second, bottle hard third. Drinking half of it, storing the rest for later.
Spider-like.
Then
cracking it open.
What time is it?
10:15.
No comment.
Vicky said that they were driving home the night before and she was like, oh, I have to wish Steve's daughter a happy birthday. And Dorinda goes, don't do that. Don't do that. It's going to make it seem like you love him more.
Well, he loves you. And she's like, what? I have a relationship with his kids. Like,
and Vicky goes,
off.
oh, don't tell me what to do. I was like, in that moment though, watching her, I was like, I've never seen someone so drunk in my life.
She's been like that every night of the show.
No, but that was like that was like true martini blackout.
Slur. But you can hear her slurring every single episode. She reaches a point of slurring her words. Mm-hmm. And I think I don't think that's like you're 2 drinks in and you're slurring. I think it's like you're 5 martinis in and you're slurring.
That's it. It's time to reevaluate.
You just got to take a step back.
When you're slurring, and I've been there, and like when you're incapacitated like that. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I didn't really slur because I was on coke. I was on like speed.
You're like, you either need to reevaluate and take a step back from drinking, or you need to do some coke.
Do some coke, honey.
Yeah, you need to keep your shit together. She needs to do a little Molly, maybe. Make her a little more loving. She should drop it. She should candy flip.
Molly's all cut with meth now, and it makes you like angry and crazy.
You really can't do any drugs anymore because it's either fentanyl or meth. Do acid. That's a safe bet. Do ketamine.
She should do shrooms.
She should. They should all shroom at Berkshires.
Someone would die. It would be like that
Midsommar.
gay party, that legendary LA
The
gay
legendary
party
East Side acid fest
where gays were going insane and like someone drove like a car into a lake.
where someone dosed people with like, oh, that's I want that to be a movie. Anyways, we digress. Dorinda
Here come the tears.
apologizes.
I wrote, "Here come the tears." She starts crying. I really tried to make it
Crocodile
nice.
tears.
And at one point she goes, I'm she tries to apologize to Brandy, and Brandy's like, "I'm not doing this right now because we're not sweeping this under the bridge. You conjured my son and death in the same sentence." And Dorinda's like, I get it. It was a despicable thing for me to say. And then when she sees she's not getting her own way, she goes, I'm gonna leave. And she goes and hides in her bedroom.
Yeah. There's just so much shame involved. It's really hard to watch.
And then we find out the night before that she canceled Christmas.
That's one of my least favorite things that people can do is like when you're having conflict where they're like, just cancel it, cancel all of it. Just done. Figure it out. Just do it.
Yeah, you guys do it your way.
Yeah.
We're done. It's fine.
So passive aggressive and like so not what you want to do. I've also been there doing that to people. But like it's the worst.
That is not
It's
like
the worst way to handle a problem.
It's so toxic and volatile, and it only makes people feel shittier.
Yeah. So
they're like, they all go, well, I guess the key today maybe is we just don't drink as much. And then Phaedra goes, well, that's not going to happen because we're going to a winery that I've arranged.
Mm-hmm. I love her for that. Vicki is having like an existential crisis in her bedroom.
Well, first Eva, I love when they go, we're all going to not drink today. And Eva goes, I'm drinking. She goes, what?
I love speak for yourself.
Speak for your fucking selves. I'm on vacation right now.
Mm-hmm. Eva's working.
God.
She's finally off work.
But then she's like, I got to go record my podcast.
God
I'm like,
damn
God,
it.
Eva, take a day off.
Maybe she had to pinch hit for someone that dropped out. So she like couldn't take time off.
Maybe.
If I were her, I'd be like, I'm drinking too.
Some people need to get off their asses and give Eva a break.
Honestly, like, can you just hire a replacement for one day for her fucking radio show so she can film this other thing? Jesus Christ.
And at one point, Vicki goes, oh, you just shut up and let me be me. I think
Vicki's
to Dorinda.
Everything to me. She's the
her.
one.
She is the one.
She's the sun, the moon, and the stars.
I tweeted, unfortunately, Vicki is my favorite person on the season. And I was like, I was expecting like people to be like, wow, way to settle for an anti-vax queen.
They go, way to side with Icky.
But everyone's
like, yes,
yeah.
Vicki fucking serves. She's iconic. She's one of the she's an entertainer through and through.
And Dorinda, we got a flashback to her Christmas on Roni like a few years ago when they first went to Bluestone, and she goes, I did a whole old world meets new world meets kiss.
I'm haunted by like Christmas in any other time than Christmas.
She says kiss. Yeah, Vicki, they go upstairs and she goes, oh, I can't handle this anymore.
She goes,
Tamara starts crying.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. We're just all gonna die. And then everyone's crying. And that is, I was like, Vicki is the Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper.
Tamara
And
goes, no one talks about death more than Vicki. And then they cut back to her on their Costa Rican trip when they were planting trees. And she goes, you want to know what's sad? One day we're all going to die.
holding like a sapling.
And then Heather Dubrow goes, did you have a little too much champagne? And she goes, no, I'm just thinking about it. And she goes, okay, that's not going to happen for a while though.
I'm obsessed with Vicki's obsession with death.
Vicki's on a
Vicki stares death in the face every day.
Vicki came from Chicagoland.
Vicki's unvaccinated, so she's on the brim.
I think Vicki truly had a brush with death with COVID, and she's like,
you can hear her nose getting a little stuffy again this episode,
She's
and I was
relapsing.
like, don't take my queen from me so soon.
COVID's regressing, and she's slipping back. She's doing a slide back, but I think she is regretting not getting vaccinated, but now she can't go back on her words, and she's having a moment because she's always been horrified by death. Vicki's, there's not enough time. We're running out of time. Kodo insurance. Kodo. That's why she does
insurance for
death.
Yeah.
Life insurance.
She has life insurance.
Yeah, that's what Kodo insurance is.
Should I get life insurance? What? Is it a Ponzi? What? Do you not agree with life insurance, or you don't agree with Kodo
I
insurance?
100% agree with life insurance. I'm saying
maybe not Kodo.
Maybe not Kodo. That's all I'm gonna say. It feels allegedly, the vibe that I get allegedly from allegedly watching Kodo insurance in the past is allegedly MLM.
Interesting.
So
bring more people into the mix, and then you get like a discount
under the guise of like be a girl boss.
Interesting. Run your own.
Be a woman running
insurance empire.
She's making the money Vicki has is real.
It's all going to the top. And that's Vicki's bank account.
Anyway, she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna do an hour of work. Y'all go ahead, work out on behalf of me." So Tamara and Phaedra
with her pillow
go, and they have this lovely, gorgeous stroll through the tree groves, and that's when I was like, I want to be there.
The countryside.
Early fall.
On the property, a huge sprawling property to stroll on. That's magnificent.
They talk a little about Phaedra's man. He's a doctor.
Phaedra will not give up the goods.
Yeah, Tamara's like, you're so mysterious. You've sort of just been this observer. And Phaedra's like, I know.
I love her so much.
She's been divorced twice from Apollo.
I love all these ladies, except for Jill.
Yeah.
And Dorinda.
I know.
They're in the hot seat. They're in the flop zone. They're in the hot zone.
They're in the hot zone anthrax.
Phaedra, queen. Tamara, queen.
Phaedra they bond over divorce. Phaedra's like, I will never get married again.
Respect.
Which I respect.
She goes, I don't think I want to enter a marital situation again.
Because you don't really know someone ever. And then Tamara goes, until you get divorced.
Yeah, doesn't the advice go, don't marry someone you wouldn't want to be divorced from?
Yeah.
The claws come the fuck out.
Tamara went through a hellish divorce.
Really?
Simon, yeah.
What happened?
It was just bad.
Oof.
And then like the kids were turned against each other and her, and it was just, I think it was a really fucked up thing.
There's nothing worse than a bad divorce.
She doesn't talk to her daughter.
Really? Because of the divorce?
I think
Did someone cheat on someone?
I don't know.
Interesting. I never watched OC. You got to get into it.
Oh, you should start from the beginning.
I was really turned off by Gina, I'll be honest. Gina
and her pig son.
Yeah.
Who's
her
hot.
son freaked me out.
But like they're like Republicans, like proud Republicans, I think. Her daughter is like a staunch Republican woman. And Gina's son is like hates women and yells at her and was mean.
I just remember him being like ghoulish to her. That was like the biggest takeaway.
And Vicki at one point was like, don't talk to your mom like that.
Yeah, and it was like the thing that didn't resonate with me as much was
Shane.
Was like just like the normal housewives of it all. Like when things started getting like a little bit wealthier on camera was when I got really sucked in.
And then Shane would verbally and physically abuse his younger brother all the time and like call him faggot always.
Yeah, it was really, I didn't like that like family dysfunction.
No, and then Lynn Curtin, her house gets like foreclosed on camera.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird. This isn't aspirational, and it's also like it's not like Vanderpump Rules dark where you have like the backdrop of like Hollywood delusion.
No,
it's like,
County.
oh, this is just like sad people's lives in Orange County, which is like not the vibe for me.
No,
I want like Shannon Bedore. She's a true grim queen.
I saw her yesterday.
Where?
I walked by her. She was on Jeff Lewis's show.
Oh, I love that.
Shannon Bedore.
I love Jeff Lewis.
Yeah.
His SiriusXM show is so fucking good.
He knows.
I used to listen to him like whenever I went to the gym. He just kills me.
He's really funny. He's such a bitch.
He's such a bitch. He's one of the funniest people on radio.
We're
all gonna die. Someday we're all dying.
So they head to the winery, and I watched this twice, so I didn't take notes for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this is where I stopped taking notes because I feel like
I didn't take notes until this point.
Oh.
So we're pretty much evenly matched.
So they they sit down and they're gonna have even Jill's tasting, which is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
And Vicki goes, let's have a conversation. She goes, Phaedra. Or first Phaedra takes out a prayer book.
And reads a blessing / reading that brings everyone at the table to tears.
Including Phaedra.
They are brought to their knees by Christ and his teachings. Even like Jill, I was like, "You're Jewish."
No,
like,
they're all. I think they just
they're all reeling from the trauma they've inflicted on each other over the past like 6 days.
Even Brandy's moved.
Everyone's raw.
Phaedra's a good orator.
Yeah,
And
she's
so
a priestess.
she is. And then afterward, they all are like, "Oh, that was nice." And then Vicki goes,
"So, talk to me about your departure story." And then Phaedra goes, "No, I'm not doing that."
and then we see why.
And I need more info. But Phaedra does say there are 2 sides of the story and only one was shown. So I still side with Phaedra.
I think there was like a weird miscommunication that went on.
I don't get the sense, and this is truly said as someone that did not watch that season, has only watched Phaedra on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Berkshires. I don't think that she would lie outright about something like that.
I think she heard about.
I think she could repeat a rumor that was maybe not true.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, I don't get the sense that she would like maniacally lie.
No.
That's what I think.
And she goes, "No, I'm not going to do that." And then they all go,
I'm not doing that.
"Oh, okay."
Dorinda says once again that I was put on pause. And someone goes, "You weren't put on pause, you were fired."
Brandy.
Yeah, she goes, "You were fired." And she goes,
goes,
"No, put on pause. That's what Andy calls it." And I was like,
Brandy's like, "You got it." She's like, "Stop fucking saying you were put on pause. You were fired. Just own it."
and that's when it cuts back to Brandy real talking her in the Uber SUV. And I was like, you better listen. And I think it did shake something up in old Dorinda.
I think it did.
But it's, I think, unfortunately, too little, too late.
When I was put on pause.
That's what Andy calls it.
She's like, yeah, we're all on pause.
Yeah, we're literally fired. Except isn't Tamara rehired for OC?
Yeah, Tamara was rehired. And then Tamara, did you see she came for Jill?
No, what'd she say?
Because Jill spilled the news that she was back on OC before it was announced.
Fucking
and
Zarin opening
Tamara
her.
tweeted at her, Jill, fuck you, Jill, you thirsty bitch. And then she did a video where she was walking through her house going, I just need to say that Jill Zarin is a thirsty fucking bitch.
I stand with Tamara.
I love Tamara.
I literally, like...
That's my opinion!
Stop screaming at me! I love her.
Thank God she's back.
I want her to, like...
Yeah. Sorry, baby.
Be my...
Big sis.
LA mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want her to, like, invite me over to her house and just, like, hang with her and gab.
Well, it's not LA. It's... OC.
Like OC, but that's like true. That's what makes it feel like momish.
You want to go down, like drive an hour and a half to see Tamara?
Where does she live? Like in Newport?
Yeah, Huntington Beach.
I want to go to Huntington Beach and just like curl up in Tamara's house.
Is that like an hour away or 2 hours?
Like an hour.
Yeah,
it's not far.
Do it.
You leave early before rush hour.
Rush
hour.
So then they all like kind of. It ends up being sort of a good wine suck.
Yeah.
A suck and fuck.
A suck and fuck. Everyone reminisces over their favorite moments from their tenures on the show. And I loved Taylor's was like, she was in the first season and we went to Vegas and everyone was dancing.
I did love that though.
Yeah.
Camille.
And then Brandy does a good Camille impression.
And then Phaedra, I forgot she gave birth twice on camera.
Yeah. Queen. Tamara says her engagement to Eddie was her favorite. And I love, they are truly meant to be in those fedoras they were wearing.
I know. I was like, Tamara.
A fedora and a low pony is a look only Tamara could pull off.
Tamara and Gaga have had similar face journeys.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Tamara, you've done some better. You've had better moments.
But it's her favorite moment.
Oh, okay. Dorinda's about fucking Bluestone.
Shut up. Shut up.
Vicky's surprising her son at school. That was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
Dorinda's now on an apology tour where she's like, she understands that how badly she's fucked up and how sullied her image is.
Yeah.
And it's slowly dawning on her hungover ass that like she's actually fired.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to be indefinitely on pause because of her own monstrous behavior.
Permapause.
So now she's like scrambling to like make it right. And she takes Vicki aside and gives her like the most beautiful like apology. But I was like, bitch, I see right through you.
Yeah.
Vicki also looks so fucking hot.
Everyone says, Vicki, you look so hot.
Vicki's wearing like a Fendi pant to the gods, a one shoulder little bustier, and like a hat. And she looks incredible.
She does.
She's a sexy lady. She came into her own. She's fucking Joanne vibes.
It's why she wears her hat. By the way, I was watching the new Resident Evil on Netflix. It's crazy. And there's a character in the apocalyptic future who's wearing like a Zara top with a clavicle cutout.
That's Vicki.
I know. But I was like, who's finding time for fashions?
Vicki is literally sinner's prayer.
Got my sinner's prayer.
I am who I am, and I ain't a man.
She's Bonnie Riot.
She is. I can't make you love me if you don't. That's her to Steve. You can make your heart feel something it won't.
On my sinner's prayer.
I am who I am. She's Diamond Heart.
No, she's
the Bud Light tour. She's a Bud Light dive bar tour.
Girls. Vicki is true Grigio Girls.
She is Grigio Girls.
She's Grigio Girls at lunch. Why don't we all just sit down and have a glass of Grigio? They get back to the house.
Dorinda, but she takes Vicki aside and she's like, "You are the most beautiful and strong woman I've ever."
Vicki goes, "Thank you."
I was like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
Like this level of groveling. Did it go off?
No. You just need to charge it.
Oh, go in that drawer. No, the one to the left, the pull out. I think there's the charger in there.
Don't worry, baby. I'm going to take you out soon. On my sinner's prayer. Grigio Girls.
Come on, baby, do you have a boyfriend? Lay down in a million. I'm not feeling, but I got a diamond heart. Oh, I might not be flawless, but you know I got a diamond heart.
Some asshole did me in. But anyway, yeah.
No, Dorinda goes, "You are the strongest and most beautiful woman I know, and your strength resonates among the mountains as iconically strong, so fierce and ferocious and beautiful and aspirational. And when I see a strong, gorgeous woman as yourself, and I see her humbling herself for a man, I cannot stand by it." And I was like, Jesus Christ.
And Vicki's like, "Thank you."
She goes, "Thank you." She goes, "When I'm sad," she goes, "sometimes when I'm sad, I can't whoop it up." And she goes, "I know that, and I see that now, and I see down to your soul, and I see who you really are, and I respect you, and I love you so much. I'm your sister, and never forget that I'm your sister in Christ, and I'll be here for you all the time." And Vicki goes, "Okay, well, you know what? I was not happy, but then this turned a page for me." So we're good now. And I was like, wow, it worked.
Damn.
I was like, damn, we have turned the page.
And then things start getting good. They're all like rolling around outside, playing together.
Yeah. And then Dorinda's like in the Uber SUV on the way back. And this was like the moment where I was just like, I felt bad for her because she's like, "We have to have a nice night tonight. We have to have a night." And she's like mumbling to her. She's like Virginia Woolf.
Yeah. She's like, "Who's afraid?"
Yeah. And I was just like, this is sad, but I do hope she gets it together. I don't know what the road of redemption is.
Well, she keeps it together pretty well.
Yeah, but it's like,
but then at the end of the night,
you know that she's not like living her truth. You know, she wants to drink. She's sad and she's just thinking about how hungover she is and how badly she wants to drink like 20 martinis in a row and like flip the fuck out on someone.
Yeah.
But instead, she's just like being kind of silent and like fading into the background.
Yeah. I mean, the Christmas dinner is fun.
Christmas in September stresses me out.
Phaedra looked amazing. She looks like Christine Baranski in The Grinch.
Mm-hmm. She's truly Grinch couture.
Mm-hmm.
Dorinda goes, it's a Christmas spectacular. And all these decorations, you know you're rich when you basically have like a Indiana Jones air hanger filled to the brim with a Christmas decor.
She has a team of people come
and set it all up.
Yeah. Mango, what are you doing? Come here.
Page boy.
He's trying to leave.
Bangs.
Just hold it in for 20 more minutes.
He goes, no, gay.
We can do that, right?
What? I don't know. You're his owner. Can he? Tony can hold it for 12 hours.
He can hold it.
Brandy comes down in truly like a coochie cutter dress, and Phaedra goes, I almost saw your tuna tartare.
I love Phaedra's like
Phaedra
delightful lesbian panic.
Always has an eye on your pussy.
Yeah. Hot box. Isn't that what that is?
Okay, so this was the moment my jaw dropped to the goddamn floor, the following conversation. So Brandy says, I guess do they have dinner?
Yeah, they have dinner.
They have dinner. It's whatever. They go into like the peacock room for a post-dinner drink, and they're talking about like the Denise and Brandy of it all. And Brandy's like, you know, Denise kind of like hit it and quit it, and it broke my heart a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to talk about this. Like, let's fucking go. And Tamra leans in and she says that Denise, when that all came out on Beverly Hills, Denise called her because they've been friends for 10 years. Shock.
Yeah.
And she was like, she called me and told me like it wasn't true and like completely denied it and was like, what do I do about this situation? This is happening. And Tamra told her like, well, if it's not true, just like say it isn't true and don't make a big deal out of it because you're going to look guilty if you like flip out. And then they go, well, who do you like? Do you think it happened or do you not? And Tamra, at first she goes, I believe Denise. And then she goes, wait. No, sorry. I believe Brandy. And then she says that she believes Brandy because at BravoCon, fucking Denise
tried to come
get a finger in that puss. She tried to get Tamra to go back to her room and hook up.
Yeah, she said Denise was eyeing her and like wanted to fuck on BravoCon, which is so funny. And so she's like,
I wonder what kind of like hookups are happening at BravoCon.
But she was like, no, I fully believe Denise.
She's like, I'm married, otherwise I probably would have. But like, she goes, I believe, like Denise is like out here. Denise is a bisexual sex pest.
And then everyone is like, so yeah, she tried to fuck Tamra.
Denise tried to fuck Tamra.
Tamra denied her, but also was like, I would have.
I don't understand why Denise is so like locked up about it. Because clearly her man is fine with it.
I don't know. I mean, people are weird about their
sexual proclivities.
She might be more conservative than we know, or like just her upbringing.
But like, you're trying to fuck people also in the public eye. You would think after you fucked one house or you hooked up with a housewife who then blabbed to everyone about it, that your instinct wouldn't then be to go for another. But it's a sex pest thing.
She might just be like have biphobia, like internal biphobia.
Denise is tortured by her own sexuality.
She's like a Catholic Midwest girl.
Who was it? It was Dorinda that said like she was married to Charlie Sheen and everyone knows what he's like.
Yeah, but maybe Charlie, like, we don't know. Like Charlie could have been like, only I can be. It's
just weird to me because she's also like on OnlyFans. Like she still is doing like sexual stuff.
I think it's probably her too, but also it could be Aaron is maybe like controlling of her and makes her feel weird about it.
Well, Denise is clearly doing whatever she wants to do. I'm like, Denise, if she comes knocking, I'm not saying no.
Yeah, she's Denise Richards.
Yeah.
But it was kind
like,
of a shunking twist.
It's just the way she's handled this is insane.
It is. It's crazy.
It's crazy because we now know it's true.
It's just, I think people are just like embarrassed. Like people have shame over their
But the jig's up.
I know, but you never like even if people say like, oh, it's 2020, but like people have a hard time coming out.
No, I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm just like when the jig is up about it's like just I'm saying on just the basis of being caught in a lie.
She's doubled down so hard that she can't go back now. She could theoretically, but
I need her to have like an Eric Dane like Euphoria monologue.
I'm a pig, a faggot, a chaser,
lesbian, a dyke. I fuck men, I fuck women, I fuck whoever I want, and I have fun doing it. I need Denise to get up on stage at this upcoming BravoCon and deliver the monologue of a century.
Yeah, I need her to like do an open mic night.
She needs to get back on fucking Housewives.
She needs to.
We need her back.
I know.
She needs to get with the program. I think she's maybe had some time away. We need her on an Ultimate Girls Trip.
We do. That's coming. You know that will happen.
I crave Denise. She
I
deserves like a true need Camille.
Donatucci.
But we need like Denise needs to come back guns blazing and come for Rinna's wig.
We need that.
We need Denise, Garcelle, Rinna, Cherie.
Yeah, also though the women that Denise was working with they were all a little like queer phobic.
Well, yeah, they can't imagine.
No, so we don't know. Like maybe it was just she was affected by like the kind of prudish.
She didn't want her kids to know.
Yeah, I get it.
But I'm also.
But it's.
You shouldn't lie about. If you're caught, you need to just like give it up because you're gonna look so much worse if you lie.
Dole.
That's not the way things
work. Dole. So then everyone kind of like.
Everyone's like, wow.
Agrees that Brandy would be everyone's. If they had to have a lesbian tryst, it would be with Brandy. Even Vicki.
Yeah, no one wants to bone Jill or Taylor.
And Jill's like, I'm actually upset about that.
Jill, I can't deal. Vicki goes, they go around like asking everyone who they'd fuck. And they go, Vicki, what about you? Who would you fuck? And she goes, I'm all about men. She's gay panic.
Totally.
She's truly like, if I even say it, I will become the biggest lesbian.
But then she laughs and goes, I'd probably fuck Brandy.
The biggest mistake of her life was admitting that. Because Brandy is now going to come for her soul.
And then the weirdest thing in the world happens the moment that made me want to crawl out of my skin. They do their white elephant party, which I love a white elephant.
They go to have dinner and she makes Vicki give her a kiss on the lips.
Well, then
she goes, come on, give me a little kiss, your first kiss. This is when they have dinner. So they give a kiss on the lips and then they have dinner and Taylor gets drunk again and starts coming for Brandy. And she goes, you are either fucking or fighting. So let me throw some Oklahoma shade at you. I was like, Taylor, you need to slow your roll. I know what you're getting to, but we'll get there because there's like a lot going on before we get to this point. We need the build up to truly the most cursed image of all time. Taylor is looking at Brandy from across the table and she goes, I have a love for you that makes no sense to me. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Armstrong?
She goes, in all the times since Housewives, when I found my voice. And then they cut to Tamara and Tamara goes, by the way, Finding Her Voice is the name of her book.
Yeah. And so Taylor's like, and if I don't care about someone, then they don't bother me. But for all these years, I cared about what you said, so I know I care about you. And she's like monologuing at Brandy, who's just like, wah! And then Tamara and Eva go outside, and I was like, are they going to go? They're going to go smoke cigs together and talk shit. And Tamara goes, Taylor makes me snore to Eva. And then
I'm over Taylor.
Tornado joins them outside, and I was like, they're all blazing cigs.
And then Dorinda goes, and then all of a sudden Dorinda looks off screen and she goes, what's that? Oh! And then fake snow starts blowing down.
Cuts to Brandy and Vicki, and Brandy's leaning over to Vicki, and she goes, open up to me. Open up to me. And Vicki goes, no, I'm okay. I am okay. Mm-mm.
But there's something in Vicki's
eyes. She wants it. She's a little wet.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of curiosity.
She's feeling a little her love tank's filling up. And then they have snow, which was just they turn Berkshires into the Grove.
But you see Dorinda, her face goes like this.
Today, Junior.
She was like this. Wow, look what's that. At first I thought it was going to be like a Santa Claus flying around on a drone, which is like, why did my mind go there?
It's just like, it's not even like the Kyle Richards snow. It's like Grove soap snow.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone comes out and they like jump up and down and Marco takes 1,000 pictures. And I was like, okay, I hate this. Then they have the white elephant showdown of the century, which I have to say, Eva, was this Gucci scarf fake?
Yeah. I love
that. And Vicki gives people a Joe Malone candle. I was like, classy queen.
Yeah.
Brandy does like a silk pillowcase, also a classy queen. And then Taylor and Brandy.
Well, Taylor's really drunk. She's Ruth Chris drunk.
She's Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
She's steakhouse wasted, and which is like, you know what that is. And she goes, Brandy, you're kissing everyone else. I want to try it out. And then Brandy goes, oh, give me a kiss on the lips. Like, just like a cute little peck. And Brandy goes like this. And Taylor goes like this. And when I tell you, I went, ah! When I watched it, like, I was like, I have homophobia right now.
I was in bed and I truly was
horrified.
Changed.
Taylor goes.
They go.
But Brandy was not. I don't think Brandy was like.
Brandy, I think, is in a zone where she'll just fuck anyone at this point. She literally is in that dress. She's like
that.
Her like puss is hanging out. And then Brandy's all whooped up and she goes, all right. And Tamara steals like something from someone and straddles Taylor, and Brandy's like, wow! And then she goes over to Jill Zarin, gives her a lap dance. Then she goes over to Vicki and she goes, Vicki, I'm coming for you. And Vicki goes, I don't want a lap dance. I'm a professional woman. I'm a professional businesswoman. I cannot be seen having a lap dance. But she loves it.
But it was the Taylor kiss was I was
shunked.
It was so
desexualized.
It wasn't
asexual after that moment.
It wasn't fun and flirty.
It was a yearning, needy kiss of rage and years of pent up emotions and deep felt attraction that can never be truly realized unless Taylor is like shit faced obliterated.
I think Taylor might have queerness in her.
Okay, listen, and I'll tell you how I know this because I've been there. When I was like,
You've been Ruth.
When I was in high school, when I was at boarding school, my two best girlfriends snuck alcohol on campus and we all had a night getting drunk in Cameron's Proctor dorm. And we were taking like tequila shots out of like film canisters. And I would get drunk and then I would try and like make out with my girlfriends. But I think it was because I was just bisexual.
Yeah.
But I was always getting shot down because I was Ruth's Chris shit tank trying to like make out with girls.
You were like,
I was like, let's make out. I'd always like, let's make out right now. And they'd be like, no.
Well, yeah, it's like, it means a little more to you than it does to
Oh, it meant so much. And then I would just be like, I'm so ashamed.
Yeah.
I always was wanting to make out with girls.
Your gay yearning came out.
That's Oklahoma style. This is why we're my.
You were rodeo style. Not LA style.
I was rodeo.
You were steakhouse style.
I was LA style.
You were like
I was Ruth's Chris
Oklahoma
style.
woman, like at the steakhouse, feeling a little
I'm
bit
gonna
of
throw a
stir
little
and
Oklahoma shade at you. I was a cowgirl.
Feeling a little stir for a lady at the bar.
I was Brokeback rodeo style.
You were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean that's what happens.
I know.
It's funny.
So Taylor, I see you.
And then they have like a kind of finally have a good night.
Yeah.
Everyone dances.
Scream dancing.
It's like actually fun.
Yeah. The one good night they've had.
And they have one more night after this.
Dorinda's like, I think Chris's worked and everyone got along. I was like, no, everyone got along because you took a Xanax instead of drinking 10 martinis.
You're pilled out.
You're
on
pilled
opioids.
out. Yeah. Everyone got along because you didn't rage at like 7 people and put them on edge and make them like fear death.
Your nightly terror stopped. You clipped. Well, we've only got 2 more episodes, I think.
Is
Or
it
1
8
more.
episodes only?
Yeah.
It comes and goes so quickly.
But I hope everyone's enjoyed this journey so far.
I've loved this journey.
It's been good. I like it better than the other season.
Me too. I didn't even watch the finale of the other season. I was like, okay, I get
I
it.
only watched 2 episodes.
I finished Roan J finally, and then started watching the finale or the reunions. But I have to say, I think Tree is going the Dorinda route, where it's like you can't. She's just like too conflict driven with everyone, and like won't hear anything,
She
and
won't
is
hear
so
or heal.
no. And I think actually Louis is not a good person.
Dirty John.
He's really creeps me out.
Yeah. I think Tree's in for
A
rude awakening.
series of rude. I think like, yeah, no good can come of this union. And I was so hopeful for her. I wanted to be on Tree's side.
I'd like to hear some write into reader mail who has a great steakhouse.
Who's been
story.
Bruce Chris wasted and has tried to do gay makeouts to no avail.
Oh.
And then just
I've had that just like intense like I remember when before I came out I was at a party in college. And I woke up the next morning and I'd met a guy and I knew my friend knew him. And so I woke up the next morning going, I want his can I get his number? Like I literally had just met him and I texted my friend, can I get his number? I want to talk to him.
when you were shit faced.
Blackout. And
Love
I woke up
that.
the next morning and was like, she
gonna
texted
know.
and was like, do you still want it? And I was like, no,
Want what?
no.
No, I was
just-
literally the person that'd be like, we should all kiss right now.
I want to talk to him.
I want to kiss. And they'd be like, no. I'm like, let's make out. It would be fun and silly.
And they're like, no,
We're like, no, we're good.
I'm good, hon.
I'm like, fuck.
Ruth's
You
Chris.
really,
again.
it was like so hard to be truly gay there.
It's
Also, you
hard.
would get, if anyone found out that you had sex or hooked up with anyone, if it was straight, you were already in a shitload of trouble. But if you went gay, you were gonna get, it would be
conversion therapy.
it was just like the amount of like shame and processing you would have to do over like your salacious gay hookups was enough to like
That's so sad.
scare me back into the closet for another like 15 years.
Scared straight.
Truly scared straight. Let's
Well,
make out.
Let's make out.
I want to go to Ruth's Chris.
We'll go again.
Okay. Guys,
We'll check in again.
that's it.
Meet us back next week in the Berkshires.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.